Hello everybody. Now we are going to continue the first topic, in which first theorem is like this. The statement of first theorem is given here. The opposite angles formed by two intersecting lines are of equal measures. Now we have to prove this theorem with the help of the diagram which I am going to draw now, and I will prove the theorem. This theorem is very important theorem regarding the exam, because this is the first theorem in our Maths 2 textbook, so it is having very importance in the Mathematics 2 part 2 paper. Now statement will, as it is given in the question as a question paper, inside the question paper, the opposite angle formed by two intersecting lines are equal measures. Now we will draw two intersecting lines like this. Now these two lines are intersecting each other, and we have to give the name of these two lines. This is AB and AB, and another is what? CD, D and C. Now these two lines are intersecting on this point. The point of intersection is given, that is, the name is given, that is O. So that's why we have to find the two intersecting lines are equal measures. Now two intersecting lines give us the four angles, and if we see the measures of these four angles, two angles are equally congruent to each other, and these two angles are equally congruent and equal to each other. Measure the equal measurements. Now first of all we have to write the given things. While writing the theorem, proving the theorem, we have to draw the diagram first, and then we have to see in the diagram, and we have to write the description which is given inside the diagram. Now what is given? The line AB and line CD. Line AB and line CD intersecting each other on point O. So this is the given thing. Now we have to prove we have to write, and what we have to prove? These four angles, two angles in front of each other, that is angle AOC. Angle AOC is equal to angle BOD. AOC is equal to BOD, and another pair of angle, that is AOD BOC, that is BOC is equal to angle AOD. Like this, these things we have to prove. And third point which we have to write while solving the or proving the theorem, that is proof. By the proof, we have to prove these two things. So we'll do bracket for proving these two things. Now, dear students, we are knowing that the angles in the linear pair angles are always showing us the sum of the linear pair angle is 180 degree. So we'll write like this: angle AOC plus angle AOC plus angle AOD angle AOD is equal to 180 degree, because this line, if we take the straight line, and this line is intersecting and making this 180 in two parts, so two angles will always give the addition of 180 degree because of linear pair angles. So we can take example. If it is 180 degree, straight line is 180 degree, if we draw a line in between anywhere So it will make two angles. These two angles are called as a linear pair angles, and the sum of them is what? 180 degree. Always keep in your mind. So 180 degree is the measurement of these two angles which are linear pair angles, and we have to take AOD plus BOD, angle AOD plus BOD, angle AOD and BOD. These two angles are also the linear pair angle. They will give 180 degree. So same we have to write them like this. They are linear pair angles. Linear pair angles. Now we have to move ahead for proving this thing. Now we'll add these two things. It is also 180 degree and it is also 180 degree. So we'll write in front of each other angle AOC plus angle AOD is equal to angle AOD plus angle BOD. So these two terms I have written in front of each other. That's why when we give this as equation number 1 and equation number 2, by equation 1 and 2 we have written this. These both pairs are equal to each other. Then we can say that eliminating AOD from this, AOD and AOD if we eliminate, we are getting this AOC is equal to BOD. So we'll write like this. We'll write like this. That is angle AOC is equal to what is remaining? This AOD get cancelled. BOD, angle BOD. This we have to prove, and similarly we can prove the angle. We can write like this. Similarly we can prove what is the second one in that? BOC, angle BOC is equal to angle BAOD. So like this we have to prove this theorem. This theorem will ask for 3 marks in exam. So everyone have to write this theorem 3 to 4 times in your notebook and do the homework. Now we'll move toward the exercise number 1.3. Now dear students, the first question from exercise number 1.3 is like this: write the following statements in if-then form. The statements are given. We have to use if-then, like English language grammar, if-then form. So we have to convert this statement in if-then form. So the first statement is given: the opposite angles of a parallelogram are congruent. Now we have to change this statement in if-then format. So we'll write the answer of this if. We'll write if first. If a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, if a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, if the quadrilateral is the parallelogram, then this if and then we have to use in the sentence. Then opposite angles are congruent. Opposite angles are congruent. We have to use this type of answering if then. Now second statement is given, the diagonals of triangle are congruent. Now we have to use this statement, we have to use if then form in this statement, particular statement. Now the diagonals of a triangle are congruent. Now we'll write like this, if the diagonals of triangle. Now the question is slightly, I have made the mistake. Rectangle is there. Rectangle. The diagonals of rectangle are congruent. Then we have to use if then form. The diagonals of rectangle are congruent. We will start with the if. If the quadrilateral is a rectangle, if the quadrilateral is rectangle, then its diagonals are congruent. Then this then and this if we have to use. Then the diagonals are congruent. Like this we have to write the answer. Now third statement is given, in an isosceles triangle the segment joining the vertices and the midpoint of the base is perpendicular. Now we have to write the answer. If the triangle is isosceles, instead of in, we will write in answer if the triangle is isosceles, if the triangle is isosceles, then the segments joining the base and the vertices, and segment joining the vertices and midpoint is perpendicular. We have to use if and then in this answer. Like this we have to solve the first question from the 1.3 exercise. We'll see the next question, that is second question. Now the second question of 1.3 exercise is like this. Write the converse of the following statements. Now these statements are given here. We have to write the converse of this statement. Converse means what? The meaning of that sentence will remain as it is, just we'll write in different manner. That is called as the converse of the following statement. The alternate angles formed by two parallel lines and their transversal are congruent. Then we'll write the converse of this statement like this. If alternate angles, if alternate angles made by two lines and its transversal, two lines and its transversal, then they are congruent, then the lines are parallel. Transversal, they are congruent, then lines are parallel to each other. Now the meaning of these two statements are same, but we have just interchange the words and interchange the format of writing the sentence. This is called as the converse of this statement. Now second one is what? If a pair of the interior angle made by a transversal of two lines are supplementary, then the lines are parallel. Now we have to write the answer of it. It is if two parallel lines are there, are intersected by transversal then the interior angles so formed are supplementary. Then interior angles so formed are supplementary. Now supplementary and complementary, we know that the addition of two angles are 180 and complementary is addition of two angles are 90 degree. Now the last question is given here, so of 1.3. Now third question is like this: the diagonals of rectangle are congruent. We have to convert this statement. So I have already written the answer. If the diagonals of quadrilateral are congruent, then the quadrilateral is called as a rectangle. If quadrilateral is rectangle, then diagonals are congruent. Like this, the meaning of these two statements are same, but we have to write in converse form. Like this, we have finished 1.1, 1.2 and 1.3 exercise with theorem also. So this all includes in first topic. If you are having some problem, then contact me on the group and write down all this 1.3 exercise and this theorem which I have explained you, and write it in your